guys, welcome back to it. It's your boy Wacky here. On your screen, we're bringing you a brand new video. We're playing a game called PC Building Simulator 2. And we are going to be testing out every single graphics card, starting with the NVIDIA G100. So let's power it up. Alright, let's go to 3D benchmark. And see, look at how bad that is. Oh my god. Look at those frames. So that's just for the 100. Now, let's test how slow it is for adding apps. And I just forgot to put my USB in. I'm just doing free though. I haven't did any of the or anything yet. I did add some mods. This is my first gameplay, so I'm really excited. This is amazing. So I hope you like my wallpaper. I was like impressed how they made this. It's an MSI thing. And look at this 3D, like holy. They like went all out on this game. 47 ain't that bad actually. Alright, we have our USB. Alright, look at how slow. Never go fast. Well, I have the highest RAM, so. Yeah, that was just the G100. Now, I know since it's able to run things faster, but like the GPU and all that is slow. It's just, we're just testing out a GPU, so that's different. Alright, we just finished that one. So now we're gonna move on from the GT 120. We'll get better on there. Alright, let's install this. Awesome. No need to worry about that. Alright, let's see. Any improvements? Oh, it's even worse. No, it's better. It's almost a 3 actually, 3 point something. That's good. Alright. Now let's see. Now, that's just because of the RAM again. So I won't be doing any more installing and stuff, I'll just do the benchmark. Alright, so that was the GT 120. Now we're going to move on to the GT 130. Alright, now let's go in here. Yeah, still, it looks pretty bad. So yeah, let's see how. Any improvements? Still, the other one was 2.9. Wow. We see a big change on this one. Holy. Yeah. Wow. Impressive. So we literally built a good graphics card before the next one. So that's impressive. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the GT 140. Look at that cool design. Oh my god. I didn't see there was a fan. They like did a good job on adding almost everything. They even have my a terabyte card in this game. That was hilarious. It's kind of rare. Didn't think that would happen. Okay, let's go to 3D benchmark. just saved us from 2 to 3. We're looking pretty good. Cool. Alright, now we are going to be starting. We're now going to the GTS 150. And then it jumps really far ahead. Alright, let's see. Now we know there's a big update on the GTX. On the GTX, there's a part on the top now. Which is new. So yeah, let's give it a shot. See if there's any improvements. You see that it's really like. So we're in the 3.8. Frames are improving. But yeah. So yeah, that was the GTS 150. Now, after the GTS series, we're moving on to the GT 1030s. So let's see if we see a big improvement. Look at how small that is. Wow. Hopefully it improves anything. Look how small it is. Where is that? Oh, a huge improvement. We just jumped from 3 to 6. Wow. Impressive. Frame rates are impressive. But yeah, we could see a little more improvement on the FPS. Alright, now moving on, we have the, what's the difference between these? There's just the length, okay. Okay, now we're moving on to the GTX 750. So, yeah, let's see. It's not that big, but let's see how it goes. Wow. Alright. We just got another improvement. FPS is, the frames per second are 60, 100. Okay, well, we saw an improvement with the frames mostly. Now, let's move on to the GTX 760 gaming. Look, we just got our first brand, the MSI brand. Let's see. Please don't let us down. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not happy about that. Frames are working good. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess our frames are improving. Whoa. Oh, it's going. Improvements are getting a little better. We're getting there. But yeah, that was just that. Now, we're moving on to the GTX 1050 gaming. And we still have a lot more to go. I know what happened to the GTX 1080. Just without the TI. I accidentally created that and I forgot to add the regular one. I'll do that on a second video, possibly. Okay. Okay, big improvement. We went from 7 to 9. Okay. Looking better. Okay, we just got ourselves an RGB Amazon logo, which is actually pretty cool. Alright, now we're moving on to the 1080 Ti. We're jumping over just the 1080. Well, I don't think it makes a difference. Just the Ti means it's more big. I don't think that makes a difference. Wow, huge difference. We jumped from, oh my god, a massive difference. I mean, humongous difference. Like, oh my god, like Godzilla. We jumped from looping 9 to only 47? How? Okay, it's not that smooth, but the frames are incredibly, like, hijacked. Like, hello. Okay. Well, next one, we have the Phantom Gaming Radeon RX 5060 4 gigabytes. Let's see if it's any better. Don't let us down. I'm kinda scared. Okay, maybe they need to organize something because, what's that? 47 to 42 to 12? Are you? What? They did not organize. Excuse me. Okay, we're moving on. We're gonna skip these. They don't really matter because, hello. Okay, we have the TI version, not a big difference. 50 version, TI, another TI, what? Oh, it's just gaming apps, it's just nothing actually different. The only thing that's different is that the, megahertz, yeah. Okay, we're moving to the GTX 10 at 1650. So, yeah, and I don't know why it's jumping ahead to the 50. I don't know. Okay, let's install it. Let's power this bad boy on. Hopefully we'll see a huge difference. Okay, 17 can be better. Frames are absolutely incredible. Yeah. We can see a huge improvement on this later. Okay, moving from the 6050, we have the, okay, yeah. Okay. Are skipping ahead. Alright, so now we're moving on to the GTX 1060 Standard Edition. So let's install it and give it a run. See if the thing gives us any better FPS. Ooh, 24. Okay, I'm getting there. I could see a better improvement on that, but yeah. Okay, so moving on from that, we have the GTX 1060. The 1660. You hearing that, guys? The 6060s. The 1660s. Oh my god. Alright, let's install it. Crap, this is humongous. It's like an RTX 90 or 70. It's not huge. How big are the FPS are going to be? It kind of went down after the other one. 20, 23. The heck? Excuse me? What is that? A piece of spam? Okay, moving on. We're now moving on to the GTX 1070. I don't understand why the prices are higher and they're in the order it's supposed to be in. I guess I'll just install it. I don't know if we did it already, but we did. No, we didn't. 30 FPS, 35 FPS, holy crap. Okay. I mean, it's over 30, we're getting somewhere. The frame rate is totally crazy. Alright, let's take this bad boy out. Alright, we're now moving on to the 1080s. And then after the 1080s, we start to go moving on to the RTX versions. And so on. But we're going in order. I don't even understand why I even added the Radeon. This isn't even a part of RTX, the NVIDIA series. Anyways, let's move on to the 1080s. Let's hope we see a better improvement. Any improvements? Not bad. Not great, not terrible. Frames are absolutely humongously going out of the www.com, but that's actually a pretty good improvement. Let's see if we can see more of that in the RTX. Now, after the GTX was finally done, we now move from the GTX to the RTX series, the thing that everyone has been waiting for, starting from the RTX, hello, RTX the RTX 2060. Let's install it. We are now in the RTX series. Woo! Let's hope the RTX series is way better. Let's look at this. Ooh! We might get a huge improvement here. Kind of a little bit disappointed us because it went down. So like we just kind of got a little scam. But we can see better. to the 2060s. We're now moving on to the 2070s. So yeah. Let's hope the 2070s don't let us down. 47. It literally did not let us down. We just went over 44. We reached a newer goal. Holy crap. Look at how smooth it looks. We're getting better on the graphics. But, yeah. Alright, then let's move on to the 2070 from the 2080s Founder Edition. Alright, let's give it a run. Wow, huge improvement. We are now in the 60 FPS, but exactly what we want. I mean, it's not the best, but hey, 160s. Oh. Now look at those graphics. Now that's what you call 1080p. Look how good that looks. Wow. Oh, it went down. Oh no. Oh, so some areas go down. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. Alright, moving on from the 2080s, we are now, oh, they don't have a 2090, okay. We're now moving on to the 30, they don't have a 3050s, but they have a 3060, okay. Alright, now we have the 3060 RTX. There's no Founder Edition. Oh well. There's an eSports Edition, but I guess so. Alright, let's power it on. Let's see, any improvements for 30? Whoa. Not exactly. We literally just got a little bit of a scam. We went down from 60 to 53. Oh my god. Excuse me? What did you just do? What happened to the GPUs during that time? Okay. Wow, they did really disappoint us. Alright, moving on from the 3060, we're now moving on to the 3070s. We should see an improvement here. Alright, let's go to 3 more. Wow, major improvement. We just went from from 60 to 80 FPS. Huge and massive improvement. Like, no joke. Wow. Now it's just this part. Now let's see about the other parts. Whoa, it's now just at 60. Woo! We made it. We're making it. Wow. Look how incredible it looks. We can now see reflections. incredible. Wow. You can even see the sun rays. Oh, now it just moved down to 50. Whoa, I'm in the graphics. Ugh. Okay. Actually, that might soon be a winner. I actually didn't mention this, guys, but we're gonna add winners to this. Alright, from the 3070s, we're now moving on to the 3080s. Let's see if the 3080s has a big improvement. 3080 has 96 FPS. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. Alright, now moving on, we have the 3090 RTX. Now let's give it a go. See if the RTX 3090 has a bigger improvement. Hopefully it's in the 100s. Am I correct? 120? Whoa! Not bad. That is not bad. Wow. Now that's my FPS. Like, I have 5070, huh? How did that work? 102 for this part? Okay, well, this might win. Alright, now, moving on from the 3090s, in the 30s, we're now moving on to the 4060. There is no 50s. I don't know why there's any 50s in this. They hate 50? I don't know. They only have that? Oh. Well, that's stupid. Okay. Alright, I have the 4060. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's not good. We can move down. That's sad. We move down to 75 from 120. How ridiculous. Well, I mean, we just entered in the 40s, so the generation might have been weird. Well, let's see if the 4070s. I heard good things about the 4070s. Let's see if the 4070s have any improvement. Okay. Well, that's better. So it's not at least it's not really 120, but we're in the 118s. Okay. Well, that's good. Almost removed that on accident. Now we have the 4080s RTX. It's 169 FPS. Now that's what I want to see. Wow. Wow, the 4080 did a great job. But can the 4090 handle the manpower? Let's see. Oh, yeah, because that's not the official there. The official one. Alright, let's look it. Oh my god. 223? 223. That is. Oh. The frame rates are like jumping like it's like 1984. Okay. Wow. Huge improvement. Massive improvement. Now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, the 50 series. We're now starting with the RTX 50. The 50-50. 50-50. It's going to be probably a 50-50 chance of it not being a video, I guess. Is that what it means? I guess, maybe. I guess I was right. 94 FPS. Wow. Okay, well that was a dumb. Yeah, I guess that did make sense. But it's weird. So whenever they're in a new generation of the and like a number, it's like worse. And then the next one, it's better. It's like they forget how to make it or something. Weird. Alright, now we're moving on to the 50-60s RTX. Oh, we'll see a better improvement. 100. I could see better. Alright, now moving on to the one I have, the RTX 5070. Let's put her in. Oh my god. Nah, that's gonna be accurate. Ow! How's it 150? Mine should be that then. Did dude just guess what it was? Okay. I don't see how that's accurate enough. Alright, we'll put a random number. 120, idiot. Make it right. Alright, now we're moving on to the RTX 5080. I don't know why it's the 4090 on here, but it's the 5080. Wow, major improvement. 260 FPS. Wow. Oh, it does say it's a 5080. Well, then why does it say it's a 4090 on the logo? What? Okay, now, the one that we all have today, well, yeah, I guess, the 5090. Oh my god. This thing is a beast. Oh my god. They mean to put XPLR? Why is it XLR? B. What does that mean? Oh my god. 250! Wow. Just take it all in. Look how good it looks. Ooh. Now that's just the 5090. But this is not an actual 6000 version. This is the Workspace NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell. And it's gonna be in here. Holy crap. This is the one we have today. Officially. For the real 6000. 224. Holy crap for the FPS. Wow. Well, that is going to be wrapping up for today's video. I hope you liked that video. Ooh. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you. I might make some more videos on this game. But, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Wacky Shack 62 here in the video. Signing out. Subscribe.